Hey guys, well hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Absolutely beautiful weather. But now we're here and it's time to get started. So first thing I want you guys to do is go ahead and open up Adobe Illustrator. We are going to navigate to eChalk and we're going to open up an attachment that I have for you guys. But if we have Adobe Illustrator already open, it should open up quicker when we go to the eChalk site to download the attachment. Alright. So now that I have this open, let's go ahead and navigate to eChalk. So here we are. And here you see it says show attachments. We can go ahead and click show attachment and we'll find this attachment here, tracing assignment locked. So go ahead and click on it. Go ahead and open it. And we're waiting. Be patient. It will take a few seconds to open. And here we are. So as you can see, we can see two artboards. I happen to know that it is a total of 4 artboards. So let's go ahead and hit Control Alt 0 to get everything into the screen. Alright, so now we can see all 4 artboards. So this is your tracing assignment. Over here, we're going to begin to work with our flyout panels, also known as dockers. I've heard people refer to them in a couple different ways. The first one here that we're going to talk about is artboards. And then down here we have layers. We're going to use both, but what's awesome is it really doesn't matter which one you use because both of them are available through either panel. And I'll show you what I mean. So if we open up artboards, here we have artboards. Notice that we have a little tab for layers. Okay. Same as if we open up the layers panel, we also have artboards. Okay. I happen to like working with the layers panel more than the artboards panel. I don't really think it matters. Just making sure that you understand the difference between the two. Alright, so the first artboard, artboard 1, that's one I want to work on. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on it. And it'll bring it to the center of the screen. And then I'm going to go into layers. And here I can see I got layer 1. And everything is on layer 1 right now. So if I go and hover with my selection tool, notice that everything's selectable. I can select it. Alright, I don't want you to be able to do this. Alright, it'll mess up your tracing. Okay, so what you need to do is, I'm going to go ahead and hit this arrow here. It'll collapse everything. And then if I hover right here, see where it says toggle locks? I can click that and now that layer is locked. Now if you see, now I get this cannot do anything to the artboard. So now what I need to do is I need to create a new layer. So I have layer 1. So by going down here, you can see I hover, it says create new layer. Just click on it. And now we have a new layer, which is called layer 2. I can double click on those layers and I can name those layers as whatever it is that I would like. The important thing to know is the highlighting of the layer. Whatever layer is highlighted, that is the layer where everything that I do now is going to be saved. Okay, so you need to make sure that you have the new layers selected. All right, and that's highlighted. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing is make sure you're reading the directions and the instructions. Okay, so this one is no constraints. Click in the upper left hand corner and begin to trace. So it's pretty straightforward. So we're going to come over here. We're going to grab our rectangle tool. Go up in that corner and we're just going to trace out. Okay, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Okay, now you can go ahead and just trace them all out at once. You can go back and do the editing, whatever you want, but I do want you to add attributes. Okay, so I do want you to come over here, select it. I do want you to give it a color. I do want you to give it a stroke. Okay, and I want to make sure that I can see the stroke. Okay, and I do want you to color each one of these a different color. Okay, so make sure you change it up. Okay, and so forth. So now I come down to the next set. So it says perfect square constraint. Hold down the shift key and start in the upper left corner and begin the trace. So again, selection tool, or my rectangle tool, sorry, up in that corner, but I have to hold down the shift key now. Hold down the shift key, and as you can see, I make a perfect square. Okay, so that's that set. Again, make sure you color a different color all the way out. The next is the perfect square from the middle constraint. Hold down the Shift key and the Alt key at the same time. All right, so this one, you need to try to start in the center. How do we do that? Well, if I come here, notice how the word center shows up in green. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see that just a little bit better. All right. Rectangle tool. Remember, use shortcuts anytime you can. So right now I still have the magnifying glass. M is the shortcut. Bada bing, bada boom, I'm back. All right. Notice you can see the center. And then I just hold down the Shift and Alt. And it gives me the center constraint. And there you go. I have a perfect trace. Okay. I'm going to hit Control 0. It's going to bring this one back into the screen. And I'm going to do the next one. Again, I highly advise you guys to zoom in so you can see it a little closer. I think that will help. All right. So go ahead and finish this one up. Now we're going to go ahead and go to the next screen, the second artboard. So I'm going to come in here. I selected artboard, select my number 2 artboard. If this fly out panel or Docker window drives you crazy, just hit the return arrows and it'll go away. So now I want you guys, you notice how when I'm placing my cursor, whoops. Notice how I'm placing my cursor, I'm getting all kinds of these green guidelines. Okay, you're going to need to use these guidelines moving forward for this page. All right, so this one says, no constraints. Use the green smart guides for your starting points. When you see the intersect top and left, begin to trace. All right, so this is what that means. So here's my top, here's the left. I'm just trying to come out here. Here I see the word intersect, but notice that I do not have the left side. So I just need to scroll over. Now I have the intersect top, the intersect left, and now I need to simply click. Oh, you know what? It would help if I had the ellipse tool, right? That was awesome. So let me go ahead. I'm going to hit L. L is the shortcut for the ellipse. Okay, notice that the ellipse changed. Okay, let's try that again, huh? Okay, connected. Click and drag. And there it is. Okay, do the same all the way out. I want all these to be a different color. Now we're going to come down. The perfect circle constraint. Hold down the Shift key. Use the green smart guidelines. When you see the intersect top and left, begin to trace. All right, pretty simple. So come and find it. There I have it. This one, I need to hold the Shift key down, click and drag, and bada bing, bada boom, I got that. All right. Follow the constraints. Make sure you're checking out the smart guidelines and give yourself give this one a try here, okay? All right. So now I'm going to go to the third artboard. And now the third artboard is dealing with the pen tool. All right. So we've used it a little bit. Now I want you guys to come in here and I want to see you guys give this a try. All right. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to grab my pen tool. The other thing that you need to do before we start is on the stroke, the fill, let's go ahead and select none. All right, so no color. And then up here, let's go ahead and pick a color that is not black. All right, I want you to be able to see what you're doing. Okay, so orange is cool with me. I'm going to go with this color. All right, and I'm good. Now, another thing you might want to do is go ahead and zoom in. So I'm going to go ahead and try to center this so I can see just a little bit better. P is the shortcut for pen tool, but I'm just going to go ahead and select it. And then this one's pretty much simply just trying to line up these lines, clicking. I see I missed that one a little bit. Going pretty quick for the demo, okay? And it will help if you zoom in. Okay, notice I'm not clicking and dragging and holding on to it, all right? Remember, that'll make it a bendy curve, all right? I'm just clicking, and then I'm letting go till I get to the point that I need next, and then I click again, okay? Now you notice how I still have a piece that wants me to continue. If you just hit the escape key, escape, and it's gone, okay? You can see I got off a little bit here, but don't worry, I'm not going to beat you up too bad. I'm in a big hurry here. So again, do this one. Make sure you read the instructions. This one's holding the shift key. If you hold the shift key when you're using the pen tool, it'll create straight lines. Always, always. Okay, so use that one. Now this one's a little bit tricky. So it says find the green anchor points by hovering with the pen tool. So if I come over here and hover, here it says path, path, path. Oh, now I see anchor. Okay, so you have to find the anchors. And they're somewhere located, somewhere in the middle, somewhere right here, all the way down. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do here is I am going to start here. I'm going to come straight across until I find that anchor point, and there it is. I'm going to click and drag. I'm going to hold down as I am dragging. Okay, remember I'm making a bendy curve this time, so you don't want to let go. And something like that. And now, you see how this piece wants to naturally follow the bend that I'm on? So I'm just going to go ahead and keep it. Find that anchor point and click. Then I just go clear across. Okay. Here's my anchor point. I click. I hold down the mouse on this one, okay, because I'm dragging and making a bendy curve. Okay. Again, it'll follow the natural bend. Find the word anchor. Boom. Okay. So you feel this? All right, here it is. Got it up here. Follows the line. Okay, and then you can continue on. Done. Hit escape key, and you're done. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and go to the next artboard. Double click. Now this one is half moons using the shift key. Sorry I didn't put the instructions up here. They're missing, but I do want you guys using the shift key, and I'll show you why we're using it. All right, so again, we're going to start at the anchor point. The anchor point is right here in the center. So this time I'm going to click. I'm going to hold it. I'm not going to let go. And this time I'm going to hold down the shift key too. And then I'm going to go out. Notice how when I hold the shift key, see, look, I'm coming up here. Notice how the line, my red handles, are in a straight line from each other. Do you guys see that? Hopefully you guys see that. It's very important. Let go when I have it. And then notice how it'll follow that curve naturally. Okay. If I want to be done and not hit the shift key, all you need to do is double click. Just kidding. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I think I might be wrong on that. Maybe you do have to hit the escape. So hit the escape and we're done. Okay. So again, anchor point, click, hold down the shift key, and drag. As you can see, those red handles are straight. Okay. It'll follow the curve. Boom. And I'm done. Okay. All right, guys. So go ahead and give this a try. Good luck and happy tracing.